Phoebe, you hang out with older members of the royal family.
When I can. Wherever I can find them. I found one at this event. It was like a Women of the World event that I'd, like, gatecrashed, broken into, climbed through a window into, whatever it was. No, but then everyone was being introduced, and Camilla Parker Bowles was approaching me with one of those, like, assistants behind her who, like, tells her who the person she's about to talk to is. You know, like Veep, the guy behind who's like this person. And they were coming towards me, and she was sort of giving her ear to the phone, going, tell me. I didn't know she was coming round. And then her assistant's going, oh, no. Or something, I don't know, go for it. So Camilla was like, hello. And then, like, a TV camera was, like, on us, and I was like, this is gonna go wrong. And then she was like, who the fuck are you? Why are you an important woman? And I was like, I don't know how I've got here, but... And then I said, I'm a writer and I write TV shows, and I'm actually... And I just thought I had to get, you know, women into it, so I was like, I'm writing a show at the moment about a female assassin and a female MI5 agent, and they're kind of chasing each other around the world. And she was like, oh, lovely. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of girl-on-girl action. But she absolutely does that. I went, oh, we all like a bit of that, don't we?
The kind of chemistry between the two of you, between Jodie Comer, who plays Villanelle, and yourself. I mean, did you know that was going to be there, or does it develop? Is that just good acting? What's the story?
You know, all those three things. You're saying, did you know? Did it develop, and is it good acting? I think it's all three things.
Can I just say, I'm so impressed you were listening to what I was saying. I'm hardly listening to myself. It's like, wow, Sandra Oh listened to the question.
I do.
That's
I
very impressive.
I tried to. And so those 3 points, it's like when I first met Jodie and we had our first kind of chemistry read together, I knew that we had good chemistry. I could just tell, because it was actually, speaking about listening, it was the way that we were listening together, and the way that I could hear, and it's not even so much I could hear, I could feel how she was receiving anything that I was giving to her, and that she would react. And I do think chemistry in some ways between actors is about listening. So I think it's to have that skill as well.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. I was listening. I was listening.
It's like I set you up and you just... Nice. That's good listening.
Because Jodie, in Killing Eve, your main accent is amazing, but then you go off and do the different languages and things. Like, was that something... I mean, obviously, we'd heard you do kind of English accents. Yeah. But was that something you knew you could do? Like, as a kid, were you good at accents?
I've always, like, imitated, like, adverts and stuff with my dad. But I was the same as Anne. Like, in the audition, it was like, you know, she speaks many languages. And I was like, of course. Like, so do I. And then, like, never thinking that I would, like, you know, it would happen. And then as each episode came through, I was like, oh, Russian, German. Like, they kept going.
Wow.
What's your favourite one to do in the show?
I really enjoyed doing the Italian, purely because that was the one I found easiest to do. French is really hard. And
Daniel, you've done accents in lots of films, but there was a couple of words, apparently, in American that you still struggle with.
Well, not as much anymore, because but like, I remember one of the first things I did as in an American accent, like the word girlfriend was very hard, and the word murderer, and I I was playing a person who was accused of murdering his girlfriend, so like I had to say all of those things like quite a lot, and it was just like every time I came up against it, I'd be like, girlfriend, no, stop and let me go back.
My girl.
Yeah, but like accents is one thing, but like speaking languages, I had to say one line of French once, and it was the most stressful.
Yeah. Before every take, I forgot. There's a lot of outtakes of me going, line, please, anyone help? It's like, it's quite nerve-wracking.
I love your Russian in it because it's so badass.
Thank you.
And I was doing it a bit lately because when people come up to me and I'm just like not in the mood, I've created this like new Russian persona to throw people off. Ivanka. and then people come up and they go, oh, hi, you Rebel Wilson. And I go, no. No, what do you want? No. And I try to channel your Russian. Yeah.
At least you don't kill them.
No, I don't.
Is it like livestock? Is it like a little farm?
You know, there are chickens in my neighbor's yard, and so I go over there and visit them regularly. No, I live right in Los Angeles. I don't live on a place with a lot of land or anything like that. So it's very city living.
Well, somebody's got chickens. You posted this video of you visiting the chickens.
I know, it was so weird.
Is that lockdown or wine? What's caused that?
That was, I don't know how many weeks deep into COVID, but I had a friend of mine made that little video, and then it was so absurd, but also really, really, capturing a moment in lockdown, because it's clearly I'm not paying attention to anything that I'm wearing, and I'm trying to mimic the sound of other birds in my neighborhood and speak to them. But yes, there's a full glass of wine in my hand.
Yeah. And the whole thing that Villanelle, because she is quite an extreme character, presumably you get extreme reactions from fans and things when you meet people in the street.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just look at me and think, is it her? But I had one recently that was really strange. Someone asked me for a photograph, and I was like, yeah, sure, and was posing for a photograph, and then she quietly just whispered in my ear, will you strangle me? And I was like, ah. And my brother sisters was with me at the time, and she was like, no.
Miss Comer will not do that. No. Killing Eve, such a huge hit. And we saw the famous scene there on the bus. That must have been, like, doing a fight scene's hard anyway, but trying to choreograph a fight scene on a bus must be extra complicated.
Yes, we were shooting that around Notting Hill, I think. And we were just on this very, very, very slow loop that goes around, and we're shooting on a live bus, which is actually quite great. It's challenging in a lot of ways, because also you have all your crew members with cameras and sound equipment moving along with you, and there was a bit of a fight sequence there, so it was fun, very fun.
Was it hay fever? Noel Coward's hay fever?
God, I've had so many regrets about telling you guys about this story. Literally. Okay. Occasionally, backstage, there are some japes with actors, you know.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
That keep the other actors kind of entertained when it's a really long run. And I'm really sorry, Mum, that I'm telling this story. And there was one, I was doing Hay Fever, and it was a 3-month run, and there was one moment on the stage where I was off stage with this other actor, Sam, and one of the other actors, one of the characters played by Freddie Fox, would storm across the stage, open this door, and we'd be standing behind the door, masked from the audience, and he had to go, and then he'd slam the door and run back onto the stage. And so we always used to do something kind of quirky behind the door to make him laugh. And every night, and we started off by doing a little, like, ooh, like we're kissing, or like, oh, we put a funny hat on Sam. But it was 3 months long, this run, and we had to up the game every night. Every single night. And so we started getting the stage management involved, and there were massive, like, hot dog costumes, and, like, we brought people from outside to come in. So every time Freddie would open the door, he'd be, like, really excited, and he'd be like, and then we'd be like, and then we had to change really quickly and then run onto stage, and the other cast members could see it. And it was building and building, and we were running out of ideas, and there was, like, a week left, and we were exhausting ourselves, and then suddenly it was getting to the last night, and we were like, we have to have a big finish. Like, what are we going to do for Freddie? And neither of us could think of anything, and suddenly we did the matinee, and we'd done this kind of wild, kind of like spangly, glittery thing, and then on the final performance, we had nothing. And we were like, we have to do something, we could hear Freddie coming across the stage, and we were like, we haven't thought of anything. Sam just said, just, I know, I've got it. Look, just show them your asshole. I was like, what? That's awful. He was like, it's brilliant. The stage management around me going, perfect, your actual asshole. But I just thought, do that. And I was like, really? And they're like turning me around. I was like, is this going to be good? And they were like, yeah. I had this huge pink skirt on. No, it's a horrendous story. And I had this huge pink skirt on, and everyone was like, it's going to be great. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be, oh my God, what's happening? And I was leaning down, and then Freddie was running along, and I was like bent over with the stage management, like, and then he opened the door, and Freddie just went, oh. capacity of the London stage, like Olivia Colman, Lindsay Duncan, Kevin McNally, all going, yeah, too far. On stage, it was horrendous.
Well told. Well told. Bravely told. It's gone now. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.